morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whichever one may apply to you. I hope it's going well. Today, we're looking at Benjamin Haycock. Never heard of him, but this video was sent to me to do a reaction to. So, hopefully it's good.
Restlessness of all minds are on the move, past the body scar.
Okay, first and foremost, I've seen this playing style so much, and it's very impressive to me. It really is. But I feel so bad for that guitar. I do. Because as soon as the song gets a build up, then that thing's getting beat more than what I did when I was a naughty kid. So, but no, I mean, so far it's very cool. I was using the left hand on top of the neck, and then he's playing the snare.
Restlessness of all minds are on the move, past the body scar. Time just won't move. Trenches up and on, we fight what we've been through. Restlessness of love. That I found of now, and we've moved to the coast as well. And
Whoa. Where the hell did that come from? Okay, before I even dive into that, like, dip my toe even, I want to cover the first, like, verse. His voice is unique. No, it's got that, that higher tone to it, which, I don't know, there's a little bit of nasal in there, like he's sitting at the top of his palate, but then there's still that warmth that comes through. Very cool. Also, the chord structures, it's simplistic, but the fact that he's doing everything by himself makes it not so simple, you know. And this is so cool to watch. It really is. And where the hell did that rap come from? I was not expecting that at all.
we fight what we've been through. Restlessness of love.
So what I would expect there, right? Because you may know this or you may not. If you go toward your sound hole, right, a little bit more to the center, and you just tap the string, you get a false harmonic. I would be expecting to hear a lot of harmonics going on here, but I don't. Also, just the mere power that he's using for his hammer-ons on his left hand, that looks so difficult. And the fact that he's keeping time, right? This is very similar to what a drummer needs to do. The right hand's playing a different beat to what the left hand's playing, and the kick is then acting as a draw, and he's doing that here. The tapping on the string with the right hand is sort of droning it for him, and then he's hitting the snare on the pick guard, which is quite cool. Again, I don't envy his guitar at all.
That I found of now, and we've moved to the coast as well. And apparently I'm looking more like you every day. Now I've grew mine out. Yeah, my hair's gone curly like yours, maybe even more. And I'm surfing away every wave I pause, and I think of the way you engraved in the soul to the oceans, a place I can hear you talk. That on the ground, no effort can turn it around. The sediments bury the.
That switch on the cadence was cool, because the cadence it had in the beginning is more what you'd expect. It's more generic. It's you hear that a lot. It's a very common cadence, but for him to then die down on the guitar bit, and then he starts doing more aggressive picking for that build up as he switches the cadence, that is very cool.
Yours maybe even more, and I'm surfing away every wave I pause, and I think of the way you engraved in the soul to the oceans, a place I can hear you talk. That on the ground, no effort can turn it around. The sediments bury the enemy's peril, embezzling me for the count. With benevolence set to the adrenaline, it's whether the dead is in medicine, headed for heaven. Now everyone edits irrelevant devils out. Restlessness of all minds are on the move.
So that rough tone that he has, that is very appealing to me. It really is. But I want to go back on to that switch that he did, that build up, and a lot of you may not see this comparison or agree with it whatsoever. But that build up reminded me a lot of Rage Against the Machine. It did, because that simple down picking on the E string. He wasn't playing an E there, but that simple picking and him progressively getting louder. Tell me that doesn't remind you of Rage Against the Machine. Tell me that doesn't remind you of it. And then immediately, I don't want to say bolt, but as he switches back to the more vocal heavy stuff, that grungy tone that he gets is so well done.
Past the body scar, time just won't move. In trenches up in arms, the fight what we've been through, restlessness alone. My thoughts that you will always be my support, that you will stay in my mind to the day that I die, even if our time was cut short, that. And I still feel your spirit in the room when we're joking, when lifting the glass at the table and spoken. Your sense of humour never loses its holding. I was a kid with a dream and a vision to compart. A kid with his bedroom, headed for the stars, start grafted upon a rhythm fast with the master, my father, spirit in my heart, with the dark of my past, or partially scars. Fighting for this with the pain in my past. Restlessness alone.
So if you can listen to this and listen to the vocals and the emotion that he's bringing from his voice, and you don't even get just a little bit emotional, your heart is stone, first and foremost. I think listening to this sort of evokes that emotion out of you, and he's doing so well to word that. I mean, these are deep lyrics, and not deep lyrics as in, oh, I'm so sad, or oh, I'm this, I'm this. No, this is deep lyrics because he's bringing forth what he wants to say in such a manner that it fits so well. And then having the strings come in there after that build up once again, but he changed the build up this time, which I want to listen to again.
Spirit in my heart, with the dark of my past, or partially scars. Fighting for this with the pain in my past. Restlessness alone, minds are on the move, past the body scarred, time just won't move. The trenches up in all, the fight what we've been through.
I always love it when a song brings in strings instruments. After like verse 3 or whatever, when strings are brought in, it adds so much depth to it, and that's what this song needed. Yes, it is very impressive that he's doing all this stuff by himself, and yes, it is very nice to listen to. But as I've said before, the human brain is repetition becomes boring, right? And no, you weren't bored. But had this continued for another 2 minutes, he would have been. And that's why I think it was such a good creative decision for him to bring in those strings. And then that sort of interlude with the vocals going up, they had so much reverb on it, but that's what it needed. It is such a beautiful, beautiful note that he's just whipping out there, just to bring it right back down. It is absolute class. There's the harmonics. Is that it? You leaving me there? I feel like I've just been edged. Okay. So, a couple things that really stood out to me. A, it's a very simplistic music video. I feel like acoustic sets and very singer-songwriter driven. They need something simple. You know, if this song had him running through a train station, or it wouldn't have the same effect. See, the dark and grey, like, weather that was going on there. If you couple that with it looked like you're standing on a boat ramp. That feeling of alone, you know, he's secluded there. You couple that with the weather that was going on, and instantaneously, without even hearing a lyric, your mind goes into that mindset of, okay, this is a sad song, you know. But then he's switching it. Okay, and this might not be a fair comparison to make, but that switch between the vocal lining and the build up to the rap does remind me of Sleep Token. Now, again, it's two separate fields of play here, right? That's the only comparison you can make, but they also do that, where they string you along, and then out of nowhere, they have this more hip-hop based stuff, and that is very impressive, and I think that it's a leap more artists need to make, because it always sort of brings out a feeling of, ooh, a change, you know. And then without knowing it, your mind is then sparked. So no, this was wonderful. I think that his playing is spectacular. I mean, he was jumping 3rd fret, 5th fret, and then, if I'm not mistaken, when he did his vocal rising, he was in 5ths, and then he ended it on the 3rd. Just to go back to the tonic, which is basically the first note of your scaling, right? There's 8 notes. The first note is your tonic, and yeah, it brings it full circle, you know, and it just puts a nice, neat little bow on top of the box and says, here you go. This is a gift for everyone listening to it, and I think it was genuinely an amazing, amazing job. And I think that I plan on watching some more of his videos. I really, really do. If you enjoyed this video, you can check out another one right here, or you can subscribe, leave a like, and watch a scene. There's many more coming.